Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. It is Twilight Thursday. We have 10 races we're going to look at this afternoon. Track announcer Pete Aiello has those track and weather conditions.
Final week of live racing for the 2018 summer racing season here in Hallandale Beach with 10 races on a Thursday program. Fast main track and a firm turf. First of the day over the firm turf at 5 furlongs. Starter allowance optional claiming horses. These are fillies and mares. Scratch the 1, 7, and 8. Off-time favorite number 5, Fallen Leaf.
Racing at Gulfstream. Fallen Leaf with a sharp start, and she'll land right on a clear lead from Cordell, who's away in second. Lady Greatness is out of there third. Back to fourth is Taylor's in Orbit, and the early trailer is Linda Nin. They speed to the half-mile point, and Paco Lopez has hold of the daughter of AP Warrior, Fallen Leaf. In front to half a length as Cordell issues the challenge early today and is up within a neck of the leader now. Back to third and out wide is Lady Greatness. Back to fourth is Taylor's in Orbit. She's in range, and the trailer is Linda Nin. 22 and 3 for a very reasonable opening quarter speed. Fallen Leaf has the lead. Cordell trying to get after second. Taylor's in Orbit. 3 wide for Luca Panici and moving into contention, and they're at the top of the stretch. With the advantage, it's Fallen Leaf. With the 1/8 of a mile to go, she leads by 2. Taylor's in Orbit on the outside. Back to third is Cordell. Final 16th. Fallen Leaf shaken up by Paco. She has something in the tank, and she's holding firm. A very professional victory from Fallen Leaf. She's 3 on top. Taylor's in Orbit was second. Cordell was third. Linda Nin finished fourth in 57 and 2.
Number 5, Fallen Leaf, was somewhat infamous in her 2-year-old campaign, but so far as a 4-year-old, she's been nothing but professional. She gets another victory here today under very light handling from Paco Lopez. For trainer Georgina Baxter and owners M&G Stable and Averill Racing, Rich Averill. Second, number 6, Taylor's in Orbit. Third was number 2, Cordell. On to the second race and the start of the early pick 4, 5.5 furlongs the journey. Maiden claimers in for $10,000. Scratch the 1 and 2. Ronald Ordonez rides the 4, My Mini Queen. A field of 5. Favorite was the 3, Gran Bonita Chica.
And they're off. Madeline's Dancer and Star of Distinction, the first 2 out. My Mini Queen now moves to be third. Racing ahead of favorite who's out of there second last, Gran Bonita Chica, with C.T. Voss on the outside of her and trying to get into the race. Field of 5 separated by 4 lengths in the run to the half-mile point. Star of Distinction leads Madeline's Dancer, but only narrowly. My Mini Queen is in tight while tapping on the brakes in third. C.T. Voss is fourth, and back to last is Gran Bonita Chica. 3/8 of a mile remains. Star of Distinction holds the inside edge in a narrow lead. Second is Madeline's Dancer. 3 wide, C.T. Voss third. Looking to get out from behind the top trio is My Mini Queen. Ordonez has hold of third, about 3 lengths off the lead. And Gran Bonita Chica trying to launch an attack from the back with a 1/4 of a mile left to go. It's Star of Distinction tackled now by Madeline's Dancer on the outside. And Madeline's Dancer up the challenge for the top with 3/16 to go. Star of Distinction trying to box on, but Madeline's Dancer now has the lead. Star of Distinction is second, way out in the center. My Mini Queen is trying to launch a late bid. Star of Distinction is back for more under Luca Panici. Madeline's Dancer, a late push. Here's Gran Bonita Chica, Star of Distinction. Star of Distinction fought back to win it. It's close for second and 1-0.
A war of attrition inside the final furlong of today's second race, and winning that war was number 6, Star of Distinction, who had something in reserve under Luca Panici and needed every inch of that reserve tank to get the victory. Larry Bates and Bluestone Thoroughbreds. Second, 7, Madeline's Dancer, and third was number 3, Gran Bonita Chica. Time for a commercial break. Still a lot of action left. Don't go away.
Welcome to my playground. To my playground. To my playground. You wanna play nice, here we go. To my playground.
Back now for the third race of the afternoon over the turf at 5 furlongs. Allowance optional claiming horses. Scratch the 9 and 10. A field of 8. The favorite was the 8, Starship Wildcat.
And they're off. Slow away both Well West and Monday Pirate. Good start for City Rock and Lost for Words from down toward the inside. They both fire to the top from Asked and Answered and Starship Wildcat, who moves over from the high draw to race up into third. Back to fifth is Grand Saman, then Well West. The two at the back are Visions of You and Monday Pirate. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn with Lost for Words in front by a neck. Here's Starship Wildcat bidding up on his outside second. Back to third, City Rock, Asked and Answered is fourth. Grand Saman is back to fifth, then Well West and Monday Pirate with Visions of You at the back. And the favorite Starship Wildcat comes calling for the lead. With a quarter of a mile left to go, Zaya sets down Starship Wildcat, who corners a bit wide but maintains control. Lost for Words tries to stick to him second. Grand Saman down the outside. Then City Rock and Asked and Answered. Final 16th of a mile. Grand Saman charging at Starship Wildcat, and Grand Saman is now over the top to take the lead. Grand Saman and Sammy Camacho going away. Starship Wildcat second. Lost for Words was third in 57-2.
Number 8, Starship Wildcat, comes up a little bit short inside the final furlong. The victory goes to an upset-minded Grand Saman, who does not worry about his wide trip. He kicks on by to win it under Sammy Camacho, for trainer Steve Cliceris and owners Hibiscus Stables and Steve Cliceris. 8, Starship Wildcat second. 1, Lost for Words, part of an early pace battle. He hung in there and got third. To the fourth race now, on the start of another pick 3. Fillies and mares at the allowance level travel 1 mile over the main track. Rider change on 6, Nicara to Carlos Montalvo. The favorite was the Todd Pletcher runner, number 4, War Value.
And they're off. Bounced around at the beginning was Beechwood. From the center, War Value fires to the top with Regan's Rose for company on her inside. These two quickly move away 4-5 ahead of Nicara, who's now third. Back to fourth is Denver as a sharp pace develops here. Beechwood is second last. The trailer is Swiss Alps, hot and heavy. The pace here with less than 6 furlongs left to race. War Value has all the pace company she wants from Regan's Rose on the inside. They went the opening quarter in 24 flat. They're 10 ahead of Nicara, who's back to third. Then it's a gap of another 3 to Denver. The two at the back are Beechwood and Swiss Alps. A lot of ground separating first from last as they go to the half-mile point. The leader is War Value, the New York Invader, in front at the half-mile pole. Now puts away Regan's Rose, at least at this point, and leads by a length and a half. Camacho and Regan's Rose come to the outside to try to flank the leader second. They're still double digits ahead of anybody else. Racing in third is Nicara, back to fourth and Beechwood. Denver is fifth. Swiss Alps not keeping up at all through the opening half-mile and 46-2. Less than 5/16 to go. The top two maintain a double-digit margin on the rest of the field with less than a quarter of a mile to go. Regan's Rose back for more on the outside of War Value, and Regan's Rose puts her neck in front. War Value tries to kick on from second. They've beat everybody else into submission with an eighth of a mile to go. Regan's Rose is winning the war with War Value, who's going to try to hold on to second. Denver's flying, but out of time. Regan's Rose and Sammy Camacho, part of that early pace. They survive and win by 3. Denver second, War Value third, Nicara finish fourth.
Kind of a strange flow to today's fourth race. If you didn't know any better at the half-mile pole, you'd have thought it was a match race, as there were only 2 horses in the frame as they hit inside half a mile from home, and those 2 horses ran first and third, with Regan's Rose backing off the skirmish inside a half a mile from home, angling to the outside and wearing down War Value to get the victory, giving Sammy Camacho his second winner today. Rory Miller trains the daughter of With Distinction for the Flying Finish Farm. We move now to race number 5 of the day. It is the start of today's Rainbow 6 sequence on the turf at 1 mile. Maiden claimers in for $40,000. Scratch number 10, Peace Accord, a field of 9. This was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. From the center, Tropical Cognac gets the first call. Up on the outside, Grand Journey is quickly up to challenge. Tufa comes away in the top flight, and Hustle and Heart is down toward the inside. Tropical Cognac, who won the start, is back to fourth. Away fifth is not quite ready. Then 2 back to Calling a Winner, racing ahead of I Have Hope. Fightin' Irish Tabit is toward the rail, and 3 to the trailer, Super Lucky. Around the first turn they go. Hustle and Heart lands in front from a tugging Tufa second. Not quite ready is parked at the rail third. Tropical Cognac fourth. Grand Journey spun out 3 wide while fifth. 2.5 clear of Calling a Winner. He's comfortable under Jesus Rios, about 5.5 off the lead. Then Fightin' Irish Tabit ahead of I Have Hope. And 4 to the trailer, Super Lucky. Quarter speed was just 24 and 3 with 5 furlongs left to go. Nick Juarez and Hustle and Heart doling out the fractions in front 3 parts of a length. Tufa second, Not Quite Ready is third. Grand Journey on the outside fourth. Back to fifth is Tropical Cognac, 2 better than Calling a Winner. Saving ground toward the rail is Fightin' Irish Tabit third last. Second last, I Have Hope, and still at the back of the field is Super Lucky through the opening half mile in 50 and 1. They leave the backstretch and move around the far turn. Hustle and Heart under siege. 3 wide. Grand Journey is up to challenge. 4 wide. Tropical Cognac. In the 2 path, it's Tufa still right there. Calling a Winner is going to be spun 5 wide. 2 better than Not Quite Ready, and they're at the top of the stretch. Grand Journey 3 wide to put a neck in front. Hustle and Heart boxing on with Tufa right alongside. These 3 in lockstep with an 1/8 to go. Tropical Cognac and Not Quite Ready are next. Final furlong, Grand Journey strides to a clear advantage. He's now a half in front. Back to second, Tufa toward the rail. Hustle and Heart. Grand Journey will win it. I think Hustle and Heart outdoes Tufa for second, then Tropical Cognac and Not Quite Ready in 139 and 3.
Number 9, Grand Journey, ended up going off a lukewarm favorite in today's 5th race, and that money was well spent by the betting public as he was up to the task, making his turf debut by Giants Causeway out of a Grand Slam mare, so you knew he'd like the green stuff, and he gets the victory in only his 2nd career outing under jockey Misael Jaramillo, trainer Ralph Nix, and Whisper Hill Farm. Time for a commercial break. Still to come, the late pick 5 when we return right after this.
And Go Zipper is pulling away. Go Zipper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Go Zipper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
Back now for race number 6 on the program. Start of today's late pick 5. 6 furlongs the journey. Claimers in for $6,250. Scratch the 7 and 8. Paco Lopez on 4. Gregory's Son. The off-time favorite was number 3, Master Rory.
And they're off. Shim was away well. Master Rory's going to go with him early toward the inside. That's Bluegrass Envy out of there in 3rd. Back to 4th is Pokerist ahead of Forecasting and Gregory's Son. They're paired off 2 by 2 by 2 in the run to the half-mile point. 9 to 5 leader Master Rory, 3 parts better than Shim on the outside 2nd. Pokerist is watching the top 2 go on from 3rd. Bluegrass Envy the first to be given the green light. He's in retreat. 3 wide Forecasting from between horses Gregory's Son through an opening quarter of 22 and 4. There's 3 furlongs left to go. 3 horses across the track. Pokerist launching a 3 wide bid. Shim is between horses. Master Rory under pressure toward the rail. They're in lockstep past the 5/16, working 5 ahead of Forecasting and Gregory's Son. Bluegrass Envy is last, and they run past the quarter-mile pole. 45 and 4 for the opening half mile. Master Rory, dead game and fighting on off the turn, leads by 2.5. Shim set down to try to get after him 2nd. Pokerist is a flattening out 3rd. Gregory's Son a no factor 4th. Master Rory 8 to 5, and that's easy money as Master Rory is kicked clear with authority. Master Rory for 2 in a row. He'll win by 3. Shim 2nd. Pokerist 3rd. Gregory's Son 4th.
Looked like on paper, number 3, Master Rory, would have a variety of pace pressure. That's why they don't run races on paper, as he didn't get very much pressure at all, as Shim had token pace pressure. The other speeds just took back, so Master Rory rolled for another victory. 2 in a row for this son of Gone Astray, under jockey Leonel Reyes for trainer Oscar Gonzalez and the Robin Team Show Racing Corporation. We move now to the 7th race of the day, the start of today's late pick 4, a mile over the turf. Claimers in for a price tag of $30,000. Field of 9, favorite was the 1, Boggulator.
And they're off. Toward the rail, Boggulator gets the first call. Prospectively has speed. There goes Rose M charging up on the outside, and Rose M will land in front and drop over to the rail in the run to the first turn. Boggulator will set up shop from 2nd. Queen Rose is out of there 3rd. Prospectively saves ground out the rail 4th ahead of Karenina. Out wide on the course and trying to improve. White as Cotton. Battle back Curly to her inside. Little Nicole settles in 2nd last, and 2.5 to the early trailer, Colonel's Daughter. Around the first turn they go, and putting up the numbers. The leader leader, Rose M, and Oscar Ujola in front 2.5. Second is the favorite, Boggalator. She's racing kindly under Tyler Gaffleone. Racing from third, that's Queen Rose. 2.5 clear of Karenina, perspectively toward the rail. White as Cotton, 3 wide. Gap of 4 to Little Nicole, who gets ahead of Battleback Curly, and Colonel's Daughter still last. The opening quarter was 23-4. That's fast, but not for really fast as they move inside half a mile away. The leader remains Rose M, 3 parts of a length. Boggalator begins to move through a 48 3/2 mile. 3 wide, Queen Rose. Perspectively is at the rail. Karenina's alongside. 3 wide, White as Cotton. Little Nicole tries to launch an attack under Paco Lopez, 5 lengths off the lead. Then Colonel's Daughter and Battleback Curly. They move now to the top of the stretch, clicking down to 1-2. All the late money on the leader, Boggalator, who now strides to a 3-length lead. Queen Rose is fully stretched while second toward the inside perspectively. Then Little Nicole and Karenina. 3/16 to go. 3/4, 1:13 flat. Boggalator has 1/8 of a mile more to get. Queen Rose under full pressure starts to make a bit of ground second while trying to straighten up. Down the center and perspectively coming on late. Boggalator's almost there. Queen Rose lunging and out of time. It's Boggalator hanging on. Queen Rose second, third was perspectively, then Colonel's Daughter and Little Nicole.
Number 1, Boggalator did something that seems to happen more often than not in thoroughbred racing. She struggled to break her maiden, but once she got that maiden diploma, she came right back to beat winners. She gets another victory here today as a very popular pick. She was 1-2 in the late stages of wagering under jockey Tyler Gaffleone, Danny Gargan, and Miller Racing. We move now to the 8th race of the day, the start of today's Elite Pick 3. 6 furlongs the journey, maidens of the special weight variety. A field of 10 signed on. Favorites included 3, Monterey Island, and 7, Bodie Babe.
And they're off. From the center, Golden Lion gets the first call. Monterey Island is away with speed. Toward the inside, that's Dr. Dub away in the top flight. He'll go after Monterey Island with Golden Lion outsprinted third. Up on the outside, Black Pepper is now fourth, and in amongst rivals is Bodie Babe. Out wide is Moon Pistol. Down at the inside goes Sir Senescal, then Secret Boyfriend. The 2 at the back are Something's Tappin' and Bow Splash. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn. The opening quarter was 22-1. 3 furlongs left to go. Monterey Island in front by a neck. Black Pepper on the outside is now second. Dr. Dub is at the inside third. Moon Pistol set down driving well 2 lengths off the lead in fourth. A gap of another 5 to Golden Lion, then Secret Boyfriend. Bodie Babe just never looked comfortable. She's last of all with a 1/4 mile left to go. 22-1 for a quarter speed. 45-2 for a half mile. They're at the top of the stretch. Monterey Island has the lead, but Black Pepper continues to force the issue second. Well clear of the rest. Dr. Dub, Moon Pistol, and Sir Senescal. Now it's Black Pepper who charges to the front. In deep stretch with time running out, Black Pepper's will win it. It's Black Pepper to win, going away by 2.5. Second is going to be Monterey Island ahead of Sir Senescal third, then Dr. Dub and Moon Pistol. 112-2.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm. From the breeding shed to the racetrack. In pursuit of producing the best.
We're back now for race number 9 on the program. First half of the late daily double, a mile and a 16th over the turf. Allowance optional claiming runners in for a price tag of $35,000. Scratch the 9, Moe's Ginny. A field of 9 went to post in the Thursday feature. This was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. Picture perfect beginning. From the far outside, One Direction Song has to use some tactical speed to try to work over from her outside gate. In between horses, Nirvana comes away in the top flight, though she's taken in hand. Alongside the leader is Hogan's Holiday and White Heel Girl. Saving ground at the fence is Cowgirl Tough. They're 5 across the course here as One Direction Song now works clear. One Direction Song and Gaff Leone have the lead. They're in the two-path, and they lead a length and a quarter as they drop over to the rail. Racing in second is Cowgirl Tough. White Heel Girl is third. Back to fourth in between horses is Hogan's Holiday. Then comes Nirvana to her outside. Back at the rail goes Conquest Dynasty ahead of the gray Money Factor third last. The two at the back are Nile Rising and Starship Tribbles. 25-1 for a very reasonable opening quarter speed. Up front, it's One Direction Song who has the lead. She leads now 3/4 of a length over White Heel Girl in second. Toward the fence, third is Cowgirl Tough. Back to fourth is Hogan's Holiday. Money Factor moves in and amongst rivals while fifth, racing ahead of Nirvana, who's back to sixth, while still three wide. Conquest Dynasty is next ahead of Starship Tribbles, and at the back is Nile Rising. That's the 9 of them as they swing around the far turn. They're separated by 5.5 lengths with One Direction Song in front by a neck. In the two-path, it's White Heel Girl second. Hogan's Holiday, 3 wide and on a move as One Direction Song comes under pressure. Nirvana swung into action with Starship Tribbles 5 or 6 deep, looking for room next toward the inside. That's Cowgirl Tough as they straighten for home. One Direction Song cut the corner and is back for more. Cowgirl Tough into the clear and charging hard under Jonathan Gonzalez. Down the center, an elite run from Nirvana with Money Factor, but Cowgirl Tough got a dream run off the turn, and she'll move clear to win it. Money Factor second, close for third, either One Direction Song or Nirvana in 146 and 3.